Charlotte Flair has been one of the most dominant and decorated stars in WWE history, and for nearly a year, fans have been waiting for her return to the ring. It's been a long and difficult year for the Queen, who suffered a devastating injury while competing against Asuka on an episode of Friday Night SmackDown. The injury, which included tears to her ACL, MCL, and meniscus, left her sidelined for a significant period of time. The footage from that night, captured by a fan cam, shows a broken Charlotte Flair as she was visibly heartbroken, struggling to move in the ring. The image of her emotional reaction after the match has become one that fans will likely never forget. For WWE, this injury was a massive blow. Charlotte Flair isn't just a key player in the women's division. She's one of the company's most important and high-profile stars. She's been built up over the past decade as one of the greatest of all time in women's wrestling, with accolades and championships that put her on the level of legends like her father, Ric Flair. With 15 world championship reigns under her belt, Charlotte was well on her way to surpassing the records of her father and even John Cena if she kept up her pace. With another 5 years, possibly longer, still ahead of her career, Charlotte was poised to leave a legacy as one of the greatest wrestlers, male or female, in WWE history. But during the time she was gone, things changed within WWE. New faces have emerged, and new stars have stepped up in the women's division. Some wrestlers, like Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, and Nia Jax, have been elevated, while others like Jade Cargill and Julia have made their way to WWE. With Charlotte Flair sidelined, the company has continued to thrive, showcasing new talent and proving that the WWE machine doesn't slow down for anyone. For Charlotte, this time away has allowed her to step back and observe the changes happening within WWE. The company didn't stop for a second, and the stars that have risen in her absence are just as ready to step into the ring with her when she returns. And now, after nearly a year of anticipation, the time has come. According to reports from reliable sources like WrestleVotes, Charlotte Flair's return to the ring is imminent. In fact, WWE Creative has already begun planning her comeback, with the possibility of her returning as soon as this Saturday at Saturday night's main event. The company has already tasked their creative team with structuring the way she'll be presented upon her return, and the excitement is building. Fans are ready to see Charlotte Flair back on their screens, and it looks like it's happening sooner than expected. This return is not just about Charlotte Flair making a simple comeback, though, it's about her making a statement. For years, Charlotte has been the face of WWE's women's division, but not just that, she's been a major figure in the world of women's wrestling overall. She has been the face of the division, representing WWE on media tours around the world, performing injured, and putting in the kind of effort that few others could match. She helped elevate women's wrestling to the level it's at today, and in return, WWE made her one of their biggest stars, not just in the women's division, but in the entire company. When Charlotte left after WrestleMania 39, where she lost the Women's World Championship to Rhea Ripley, she took some time off. It wasn't just a break for recovery, it was a chance for Charlotte to explore other interests, like bodybuilding, and to assess where she stood in her career. She took several months off, and during that time, WWE went on without her. The company moved forward with new names and new stories, but the absence of Charlotte Flair was still felt. When she returned, there was a noticeable shift. She came back as a babyface, a role that wasn't the best fit for her. Charlotte is naturally a heel. Her charisma, her arrogance, and her larger-than-life persona have made her one of the best heels in the business. When she's in that role, she thrives, but as a babyface, she struggled to capture the same magic, and her booking felt lackluster. Now, with a full year of reflection behind her, Charlotte is ready to come back, but this time, it's different. She's had time to step back and evaluate her role in WWE. She knows that the last time fans saw her, she was playing a character that wasn't true to her strengths. She wasn't fully invested in the product, and it showed. Now, she's returning with a renewed sense of purpose. She's not coming back as a part-time player or someone who's half in, half out. She's coming back to reclaim her spot as one of the best wrestlers in WWE and to prove once and for all that she is the true queen of the women's division. This return is going to be about more than just wrestling matches. Charlotte Flair isn't coming back to simply go through the motions. She's coming back to make a statement and take her place at the top of the women's division, a position that has been occupied by others in her absence. WWE has already started to build towards Charlotte's return, and they're setting her up for another reign of dominance. Charlotte is approaching her 16th World Championship reign, and WWE is eager to see her hit that milestone and surpass it quickly. The company is already looking ahead to the future, with the possibility of Charlotte becoming a 20-time world champion. Her career isn't over yet, and the next chapter is going to be one for the history books. At 38 years old, Charlotte still has plenty of time left in her career. She'll turn 39 on April 5th, and with the way WWE has structured its talent, she could easily continue for another 5 years, or even longer. She doesn't have to be a full-time performer to maintain her status as a top-tier star. If she wanted to, Charlotte could work a part-time schedule and still be a major force in WWE. She could work with the rising stars of the women's division, like Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, and Jade Cargill, and create fresh and exciting storylines for the WWE audience. Her return opens up so many exciting possibilities. She could revisit past rivalries with Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, and other top stars from her career. She could share the ring with some of the rising talents that WWE has been building up in her absence, and that could result in some incredible matches. The WWE Women's Division is in the strongest position it's ever been in, and Charlotte's return is going to make it even better. There are so many exciting matchups ahead, and fans are already counting down the days until Charlotte steps back into the ring. For WWE, Charlotte Flair is more than just a wrestler. She's a brand ambassador, a crossover star, and someone who represents everything that WWE is about. Her return is something that the company has been planning for, and it's going to have a major impact. She's not just coming back to reclaim her spot as a wrestler. She's coming back to remind everyone why she's one of the most important figures in WWE history. As a content creator and a fan, this return is something I've been eagerly waiting for. Charlotte Flair is a superstar in every sense of the word, and her presence in WWE makes the product that much more exciting. Her return isn't just about her, it's about the future of WWE's women's division and the new heights it will reach with her back in the mix. Fans have missed seeing Charlotte on television, and now, after nearly a year of anticipation, she's finally ready to make her return. And when she does, it's going to be with a vengeance. She's coming back to remind everyone that she's the best of all time, and she's ready to prove it once again. In December 2022, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley broke into his father Rey Mysterio's home. He was arrested and given hard time in prison. Later, this time in prison came full circle when Dominic, handcuffed, arrived on stage at WWE WrestleMania 39 in a police van. At first, Dominic was dissatisfied with his entry concept, but with more thought, Mysterio began to value it as a special chance. I remember like the day of the show, once the video package and everything came out. My original thought I was a bit bummed out because I was like, man, I wish I could have done the big ramp, big Mania entrance, Dominic said on the No Contest Wrestling radio show. However, the more I sat and considered it, the more I realized that this was something extraordinary. For myself, I have a special entrance. While everyone descends the ramp, not everyone makes an impression with their entry. I feel like that entrance will last a lifetime, so having my own entrance at my second WrestleMania, complete with the paddy truck and handcuffs and the entire film package, was truly a blessing. Dominic claims that 2 weeks prior to WrestleMania 39, WWE CCO Paul Triple H Levesque told him about this entrance concept. Dominic then took a plane to New York City to shoot footage for the video package that will promote his bout with his father, Rey Mysterio. Later, Rey used a frog splash to fight Prison Dom with some help from Bad Bunny.